My name is Dale Guiducci, and along with my wife Shirley, we started a company called ERA Credit Services a few years ago and have been very, very successful with it. And we get contacted by quite a few people throughout a week or a month that are interested in starting a credit repair business, really asking a lot of questions about how to go about starting a credit repair business. We thought we'd put this video together to help you, if that's your desire, help you understand some things about the credit repair industry. Just to give you an idea, we started our business in 2012. We have annual revenues over the last couple of years of nearly $1 million. We work from a home office, which is something you can do in this industry. So you can accomplish those things, but you've got to understand some things about what you're trying to accomplish, and you got to understand the different business models and choose the right one for what you're trying to accomplish, which is what this video is all about. So let's talk about the three different business models or three different ways that you could get involved in the industry. The first one is the do-it-yourself method, where you start everything from scratch and you piece it all together using different companies and so forth to kind of build this whole thing yourself. And we're going to talk about that. You could gain some advantages and get started a little bit quicker with purchasing a franchise. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about what we chose, which is developing an independent agency. So we're going to talk about all three of those and give you an idea what might be best for you. But before we get into talking about those business models, you really have to think about what are your goals, because you're an individual, you're unique. What are your specific goals and what are you trying to accomplish? So what I mean by that is that this could be a part-time venture for you. You're just simply trying to help some of the people in your community that you know and earn some extra income. That's a great thing to do, and you can certainly accomplish that. Or you might already have a business. Like you might be in the tax or insurance business, maybe the real estate business, the mortgage business, or another industry where you see a lot of people that have less than perfect credit that you are trying to help. And you just want this credit restoration service to be an ancillary value to what you already provide your clients. Can you do that? Absolutely. Next, you might be trying to replace your current income and eventually do this full time. So you might have a job or a career that you're not completely satisfied with, and you want to start this on a part-time basis and build it up to the point where you could say goodbye to your current job and come on board into credit repair full-time. Can you do that? Absolutely. And lastly, you might be in a position to begin full-time. You may have an income that satisfies, your monthly bills and so forth, so you have the opportunity to devote full-time to building a business, or you may be retired and want to devote some part-time to building a business. Can you accomplish this? Absolutely. All four things. But again, you've got to know the right business model to choose to start your business to accomplish these things. But before we actually talk about the different business models, there's another set of things we need to discuss, and that is your skill sets. Your skill sets from the standpoint of what do you have experience in, what are you good at doing, and what do you enjoy doing? What do you enjoy doing? Because if you're going to start a business, the last thing you probably want to do is start a business where you have to do things that you don't enjoy doing and you're not good at. That turns into drudgery, and you're going to resent your business over a period of time doing things like that. So let's talk about the different types of skill sets you need in the credit repair business. First of all, administrative skill sets. You need to obtain credit reports. So that's actually a function as well. You need to have a relationship with someone to be able to provide you with credit reports, or you got to have your clients provide them themselves, which is not going to make you competitive in the marketplace. But you got to obtain credit reports. You got to analyze those credit reports. Draft dispute letters. You got to track your client progress. You got to set up merchant services and monitor that. You've got to track and collect payments. All of that is just a short list, really, of all the administrative functions that you have to perform as somebody that is in the credit repair business. The second set of skills is marketing. You've got to market your business. You've got to make people aware of what you do. So you've got word of mouth advertising, social media, business networking, internet marketing, email marketing. You got to understand how to develop graphics and logos and newsletters and flyers and folders and brochures, because you need marketing materials. Maybe you need to understand how to create a video. All of those things are eventually going to be something that you're going to want to do. Now, are you good at that? Is that something you want to do? Is that something you enjoy doing? All of those things are important to recognize. And then, of course, the last thing is sales. That's a huge component. You might be good at the administrative side. You might be good at the marketing side, but also, are you good at sales? Do you enjoy sales? Do you enjoy talking to people? You got to sell against your competition again. You've got to know that what makes you different than the next company. Why should somebody do business with you, especially when you're first starting out and you don't have a track record? Are you good at selling? Do you enjoy selling? Do you enjoy giving presentations? That's maybe something that you do with real estate offices and so forth, to let those people know what you do so that they may refer you business. Are you willing to cold call people? Are you willing to pick up the phone or knock on a door and walk in and explain to people what you do and get business that way? Are you willing to go out into the community? Those are all functions of selling that you need to do with regard to building your credit repair business. So think about those things. Now, assuming you know what you're good at and so forth, let's take a look at your cost of investment. Because once you understand what you're good at, now we've got to take a look at what can you afford to invest in your business. Because there's startup costs even before you make a dime. There's surety bonds in most states, $50,000, $100,000. Well, what does that surety bond cost on an annual basis? I know in states where it's $100,000, that surety bond could cost you $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a year. You got to have a website. Can you build it? Can you pay someone to build you a website? Are you going to be able to have your clients log into that website and track their progress? If so, who's going to upload that information to that website? Software. Again, credit repair broker's fees. Are you going to be able to set up a relationship with a credit repair broker to pay them to get credit reports for your clients? An email system. Time to set all this stuff up. Staff. I mean, it really gets, again, daunting to understand all these things that not only you got to get done, but you got to pay for in order to get your business started. So now let's take a look at the three different types of business models and how all that fits into all three. So when you're starting your own business, of course, you got to pay attention to federal and state laws and regulations and adhere to all of that. Well, that's in your state. So you've got to do the research yourself and contact whether it's the district attorney's office or whatever the case may be. And you've also got to look at federal laws that won't allow you to charge upfront fees. So that's important. Again, websites, your office location. It's easy to say I'm going to have a home office, and that's what Shirley and I do, but your home office has to be a dedicated space. It has to be a space where you can close the door and have privacy and lack of distractions so that you can do phone calls and do business and so forth. And if you don't have that, and or you have others in your household that may cause distractions, you got to think about that. Otherwise, you need to go out and rent an office location. Again, software, marketing skills, you got to know your competition, sales skills, administrative skills. And if you don't have all three of those, again, sales, marketing, administrative skills, most people don't. In other words, most people aren't good at all three of those things. So what does that require? Training. You got to get trained on how to do all of this if you aren't already trained on that. So that's an important factor. Now, let's assume you could put all this together. If you could put all this together, you've got the money to invest in your business and so forth, to get it all started yourself, you've got to come to the realization at some point, hopefully it's before you get it started, that by doing it this way, you're going to have a limited income. Now, you may not want to hear that, and you may say, well, what do you mean? Well, a limited income only because there's so many hours in a day. If you've got to do all the admin, even after you get your business set up, you got to do all the admin, all the marketing, all the sales yourself. There's only so many hours in a day. Therefore, you only can have a limited number of clients because you can't figure out how to get all those three things done in a 60-hour work week even. So it's a limited income, but you can certainly choose that business model. But in review, to start by yourself, you're going to need a significant amount of time to build your business, receive training on certain skills, laws, the competition in the industry. You're also going to need a significant investment, which some estimate to be $10,000 or more. Now, here's the key. Even if you do that, you're going to be a solopreneur. You're going to be in business for yourself, but also by yourself. You're going to be responsible for building it and running it, and there's no way to make money when you're not working, because when you're not working, there's no business being done. So that's something you've got to consider. Now let's move on to the franchise business model. This also requires a significant investment of between $12,000 and $20,000. Now, you still need to be concerned with laws and regulations. You still need to figure that out. Now, with a franchise, you should get a website. That's great. You should get some training, albeit from people in a corporate office, not people in the field. And that's something you want to recognize the difference of. And administration should be provided by the franchisor. That is the advantage of buying a franchise. Now, you still need to know your competition, how to market your business. You got to be good at sales. But note, and this is one of the big downsides of a franchise, is you're going to have a limited geographical territory. It may be just your own city or town, maybe a county, but certainly not a whole state. And it's going to limit you. And you might say, well, I just want to do business in my own town. Well, that's fine. I understand. But once you also understand relationships in this industry, such as a relationship with a mortgage broker that has clients in several different states or all over your state, you're going to be disappointed that you can't do business with their clients. So that's something to consider. So just in review, for buying a franchise, for most, the biggest downside is the cost. And in the credit repair industry, there's no value to any brand name in terms of a franchise. Now, what I mean by that is if you were going to be in the tax business and you wanted to buy a tax franchise, Liberty Tax has a good name. It has a branded name. So if you to buy a Liberty Tax franchise, and I'm not encouraging you or not encouraging you to buy a Liberty Tax franchise, I'm just using it as an example, you may get some business because the general public recognizes the Liberty Tax name. But there's no such brand in the credit repair industry. So to spend $12,000 to $20,000 on a franchise in credit repair may not make sense. You'll also be limited to a territory, as I said, and perhaps not have availability to training from people in the field. That's huge. Now, you'll still be a solopreneur. You'll still be in business for yourself, but also by yourself. You're going to be responsible for building and running everything, and there's no way to make money when you are not working. So you don't gain a tremendous advantage by buying a franchise other than the fact that you'll have some back-end systems in place for you and people will be doing the administrative work for you. So let's take a look at the agency business model. Now, the agency business model, a big advantage right away is a low startup cost of $512. So obviously in comparison to $10,000 or $12,000 or $20,000, a huge advantage right there. State and federal laws all over the country in all 50 states are already satisfied for you. You don't need to worry about that. It's all taken care of. You can do business in all 50 states. There's no geographical boundaries, of course, with inside the United States and its territories like Puerto Rico, Guam, etc. So you can do business there. You get a personalized website, including an online customer and business portal. So you get your marketing website right away. You don't have to build it. It's done for you. And you internally can log into an online customer and business portal that tracks everything for you. That's awesome right there. That's a huge advantage. Now, your clients also get an online portal that's going to track their progress in their credit restoration service as well as other services that are provided. So right there, you're going to look like a professional. Your client's going to log into their portal. They're going to see their service. They're going to see how many derogatory items they have and follow the progress of getting those derogatory items removed. That's going to be huge for you right there so you can get started in your business and look like you've been in business for years. You can access professional marketing materials and videos, again, looking like you've been in business for years because you can get these marketing materials, brochures, flyers, folders, videos, get those out to the public, get those out to your customers, and again, look very, very professional. And you have a staff that does all the admin work for you. You don't have to pull credit reports, analyze credit reports, draft dispute letters. That's all done for you. The tracking is done for you. The payment collection is done for you. You don't have to worry about any of that. And you get training via conference call, webinar, live workshops, one-on-one training, all included in your fee of $512. And it's done by people that are in the field, done by people that have businesses exactly like yours. They're just further along. They've just had some great success in it, and they're going to teach you exactly what they've done to become successful. And then this last thing is a huge key. You have the ability to expand your business beyond just what you can do by building a network of other agencies out there around the country. So in other words, there's other people that may want to get into this business. You get them involved in this business. They get trained by the company. They get set up by the company. They start producing business. Guess what? You get paid on that business. So you can develop a business eventually where you can take time off and still get paid. That's huge right there. So what this does is that it eliminates any downsides to starting your own business or buying a franchise. Those downsides are eliminated by having your own independent agency. And instead of being a solopreneur, you're going to be an entrepreneur. You're going to be in business for yourself, yes, but not by yourself. You're going to be provided a proven and documented system, first of all. Second of all, a way to develop a network of other agencies so you get paid whether you work or not. And you get trained by top producers in the field that have already done it. So the agency business model provides you the lowest cost, yet the highest upside potential, and you can get started right away. Why? Because you don't have to develop all that. It's already developed. When you get started as an independent agent, you get all this. You can go out and start marketing your business right away, start selling to clients right away. Now, if you want to learn the details of the agency business model specifically, you want to visit our website at www.eracreditservices.com. Go to the Business Opportunity tab. You'll see this video. Scroll past this video and watch the video entitled Credit Repair Business Overview. Now, you may already be on that page, and that's how you're watching this video. And if that's the case, simply scroll down to the very next video, which again is the Credit Repair Business Overview. Now, once you've watched the Credit Repair Business Overview, what you want to do is get in touch with us. My wife Shirley and I, get in touch with us. Book a phone appointment. You'll see a box that looks just like this. You click on that. It opens up a calendar. You pick a day that you're available, a time that you're available. Submit your information, your name, your phone number, your email address. You click submit. We'll get that information. It'll go right on our calendar. We will call you at that time at the phone number you give us, and we're going to be able to talk about what are your specific goals. We can explain details about the business. We'll give you our experience of over 5 years in the business. We'll answer your questions, and you can get started right away if you are ready to get started. So whichever you choose, whatever business model you choose, we certainly wish you the best of luck. But if you think what we have to offer, what we've done in our past is something that would provide some advantages for you in getting started in the business, book that phone appointment after you've watched the detailed overview video, and we look forward to speaking with you.